Shit, I was wondering what my sex have been missing, and apparently it's nutsack jokes. Apparently that got a lot of laughs, nutsack jokes. If I only knew, that's good. I'm gonna have to work on that for sure. Who's having sex for 45 minutes? Oh my god. My wife and I are at 3 and we don't even touch each other. No, done. Like, let's just get to the meat, just do it. Like, I don't, oh my god. Oh, 45? 45? Oh, he said 4, was it 45? Okay. Alright, well, let's take a poll. I don't know, this wasn't part of what I was going to do, but if you're at 45 minutes, fucking raise your hands. I don't know. Alright. The guy in the mob, 45 minutes. That's where we are. Yeah. Okay, he's married to my sister, not funny at all. Not funny at all. Oh my god. Oh my god, y'all having a good time? Cool. So, my least favorite season is upon us. My least favorite season, the season of the Kay Jeweler commercials. Fuck, I hate them. They're annoying. They run them all the time, and it's like it doesn't reflect real life. It doesn't reflect real life. The jingle triggers me. It's a whole like every kiss begins with K. Does it though? Does it? I feel like every kiss begins with a bottle of wine. It does. Every kiss is a bottle of wine. Add in a couple martinis, a few fireball shots, and you're starting to make questionable decisions in your life. That's what I'm saying. Right? You get married way too soon, you have babies, right? You have a couple bouts of unemployment, right? The family dog dies, we get college tuition. We got 2 kids that moved out, 1 refuses, is in the basement. There's a global pandemic, all the kids come back home. Trump is president, things get weird. I don't know. People unravel, your neighbor lights your shed on fire for no reason. You got a health scare, I don't know, you get skin cancer out of nowhere. Like, I don't know, the mother-in-law moves back in. She broke a hip, no one was paying attention. Jesus Christ, the kid in the basement who refuses to leave, they're having a baby. Now you have 4 generations in the same house, you gotta push retirement back 10 years. Where's that jingle? I'll watch that commercial. I'll watch the shit out of that commercial. Well, where's my married people in the house? Right on. You understood that joke. I told that joke. I love it. And hometown crowd, score 1. I know my people. I knew it was going to go. It bombed last weekend in a small room full of young single people. They're like, did all those things happen to you? Oh, you're so sweet. You haven't realized life fucking sucks yet. Yeah, we're horrified. Nothing. You could hear a pin drop. I knew you guys would get it. I love it. I love it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm married. Shockingly. I just spent this Thanksgiving with my wife and her family in New York. I did spend the Thanksgiving holiday. My wife comes from a very conservative Italian Catholic family, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. My mother-in-law is the quintessential Italian mother whose love language is aggression. I don't know if you have one of those. I swear, I met her 10 years ago, and she only spoke to me in one-word utterances. She was like, sit, eat, go! That's how I met her. 10 years later, she's still aggressive, but we've moved on to complete sentences now. Like, it's like, I made you this pie. Now sit, eat, go! You do love me. Thank you. You know you've been accepted into an Italian family when you've been hit with a wooden spoon in the kitchen. That happened to me this past Thursday. I was about to stir something and out of nowhere, like, what the fuck? She's like, leave it! I understand 1-word, 2-word utterances from her. I was like, ow, what the fuck? Oh, you do love me. You only hit people you love in the kitchen. Oh my God, but I ate too much. Anyone else eat too much over the holidays, struggling with her? I'm struggling with my weight. I find the older you get, I had a big milestone year. I just turned 50 this year. No, don't clap. They don't prepare you. Fuck it. They don't prepare you, and you read in glass You should need reading glasses in the shower, is all I'm saying. They don't prepare you for any of that. Again, that joke bombed with the single people, young people. They're like, they were horrified. They were crying after my set. It was terrible. It's fine though. I was like, you'll get it. We all suck it up. Just drink. That's what we do. But I'm struggling with my weight a little bit. Things are sagging, ladies, with the ladies. I'm not saying men don't sag. I don't know much about it, but I think men, I do. I'm not saying men don't sag. I just feel like it's different, like when a man's body changes and they look down and they're just like, this is just who I am now. Right? Like a guy could need a pair of pliers to button his pants and he's like, I'm just pliers guy now. I'm just pliers. Mr. Pliers. Women, when our bodies change and when we see our bodies, like we're like, I just can't go out in public anymore. I feel like that's the difference. Anyone just catch themselves out of the corner of their eye, like in the mirror, like that naked side profile look, and you're disturbed? Yeah, that happened to me the other day, and I was walking by the mirror, and I was like, where the fuck did my ass go? Like, it's gone. It's gone. And I was like, gravity. It's gravity. I blame gravity for that. Like, the gravity washed my ass away like a house in a California mudslide. It was like, it's gone. I don't know. But it's also weird too because like my calves have gotten unusually large. I don't know, things shift, right? So my calves have gotten unusually large, and so much so somebody saw me in shorts the other day and they were like, Diane, oh my God, your calves are stacked. You must work out all the time. No. I'm pretty sure those are my butt cheeks. I feel like those are just my butt cheeks and they're just hanging on to my calves for dear life. That's where I am. I have cheeky calves. I'm just cheeky calves girl. That's just who I am. Cheeky calves girl. Let me know when that happens. That's an eye opener right there. Oh man. So we just celebrated Veterans Day. Do we have any veterans in the house? What the fuck have you been doing with your life? We don't have any veterans, no military people. This joke's not going to go well. Okay, well, that's okay. I wasn't the military. All right, that's okay, because I wasn't either. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're lying.
I think that's Trump would not be happy if you're lying about that. No, I was not in the military. I was in the Peace Corps, right? So I was a Peace Corps volunteer, and I used to think that being a Peace Corps volunteer was the complete opposite of being in the military. I used to think that. Then I started thinking, I was like, I think we have more in common than I thought, like with accommodations, right? Like, so I lived in a hut with no running water or electricity in a small village in Africa, right? But I had my own outhouse, which was pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd like to know your history with outhouses, but we'll come back to that. You're gonna love this joke. So I had my own outhouse, which was cool, but it was weird when they handed me a bucket and they were like, here, this is for your pee. And I was like, I don't understand. I have my own outhouse. And they're like, no, this is for after dark. This is at night. You don't never go out at dark. And I was like, never? And they're like, never. You'll get murdered. And I was like, oh. The bucket looks pretty good. Bucket looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I got lazy with the pee bucket at 3 in the afternoon. And I was like, fuck it. Yeah. You get lazy with it when it's right there. I'm like 25 steps, 25 whole steps to the outhouse. I'm gonna use this bucket right here. It had a lid. It's fine. It had a lid. It's good. It's good. I think another no military people here. Okay, but I do think another thing that we have in common with the military people is you get into situations you don't know if it's a friendly or hostile environment, right? That's similar. Like when I was in the we both have been evacuated in the middle of the night, right? But for military people, they get evacuated like there's incoming, bombs and artillery, whatever. I was evacuated as a Peace Corps volunteer because of witchcraft. Again, we need to talk after the show. Like, we got, pee buckets and witchcraft. Okay, I don't know, do you believe in witchcraft? Anyone in witchcraft? Yeah, I didn't either. Until a couple guys showed up at my door in the middle of the night in uniform, and they're with a flatbed truck, and they're like, there's some witchcraft shit happening out here. It's like, witchcraft shit? He's like, yeah. He's like, someone's about to put a curse on the whole village. I'm like, the whole village? It's like, the whole village. He's like, we gotta go. I'm like, cool. Let me grab my go bucket, or my, let me grab my go bag and my pee bucket. Like, let's go. I'm not fact checking that. I feel like when I'm not questioning it. If someone comes and they have a flatbed truck, I feel like they have good intel. I'm not questioning that at all. I also think you get into a situation, and did I say front door hostile? Yeah, I think I did that one. So it's jogging through the village, and a couple of kids started running with me, and 2 turned to 4, which turned to 6, turned to 8, which 10, and I had like a gang, not like a street gang, right? Just like, we all live in the village together gang. Like it was, but they were small kids, but there was a lot of them, right? Like where you're running and you're like, are we still running with each other, or are you chasing me? You don't know, right? Like you have those moments. And they were just kind of like running after me, and they're like, the American is running. Because when you look like this in an African village, you can't blend in very well. They notice everything you do. But they were very respectful. Way more respectful than the kids I worked with my first year teaching in Cleveland. Right? My first year teaching in Cleveland, I had a student who thought for most of the year my name was White Hoe Ass Bitch. Yeah, and I answered. Yeah, what do you need? Me? It's got me. Pretty sure I'm the only one in here that fits that category. It's too much. I finally had enough after winter break. I waited that long. Count if you know a school year. I waited till winter break, and I was like, listen, little man. He was 11. He had the vocab. I don't even know half the words he used, but I said, listen, little man, I've had enough. I can't, why does it have to be racial, right? Like, why can't I just be a hoe ass bitch? I don't, let's. That little shit came in the next morning. He's like, good morning, Mrs. Hoe ass bitch. It's better. We're making conflicted, that's progress, right? I'm breaking down racial barriers every chance I get. I gotta be a hoe ass bitch for a little bit, and it's like I'm doing my part, actually. Oh, man. But I do still like primitive experiences. I like outdoor experiences. I enjoyed in the Peace Corps. I like to camp. Any campers in here? Outdoor lovers? There's a few. I see. Okay. My wife and I actually came back. This table does not camp at all. I'm gonna tell you, right here. You can tell by the hair products. There's. Okay. I can just if the hair alone says no camping at this center table right here, and the nails look way too nice. So my wife and I, we went on a 10-day camping trip up to New Hampshire in Maine in the fall, and it was gorgeous. It was really pretty. It was really nice. My wife and I have very different ideas of camping, right? Like I like to disconnect. I like to be with nature. She does not at all. So we get this lovely, very peaceful northern peninsula in Maine, and it's very quiet. And we get all set up, and she's down. She's like, so what do we do? Like this. Read a book, relax, take a nap. Just I don't know any of those words. I don't know any of those words. But married people, 10 days camping, we only had one argument. It's not bad, right? We had one argument over eggs. Eggs. We were driving, and she's like, I want to stop at the store and I want to get some eggs. And I was like, I don't think we need eggs. She's like, I want eggs. And I was like, fuck your eggs. We don't need eggs. And we had a big blowout, huge blowout. And it's when I started really thinking about spousal homicide. Now stay with me. I'm not saying I want to kill my wife yet. Stay with me. You two are married, yes? Okay, you're nodding awfully a lot right here. I feel how long have you been married? 18 years. For sure one of you thought about, maybe one of you thought of Yeah, it's right. Okay. So, well, yeah, I don't know why I feel drawn to you right now. You're not alone. Stop it. You're not alone. I had those thoughts. And then, but I felt like, so I started thinking about it, and I was like, I think that if you just did it deep, I think people think a person kills their significant other over something major like adultery, right, or money or something. I think if you did a deep dive and you did some research into people who kill, again, they're nodding aggressively right here. You guys can't see it. This woman, we're gonna talk to you after the show. There's a lot happening up here in the front that you guys can't see. I just feel like if you did a deep dive, you find out it's the little shit, it's the little stuff, right? Like I feel like if you interviewed a guy on death row who's women murder too. I know. I don't need hate mail, right? I don't email. Women murder. Like women, I know women murder. It's my story, and in my story, it's a guy. So you interview the guy on death row. He's convicted of murdering his wife, and no one else is around him. Just the two of you, and you're like, finally, like it's just you and I, like what was the final straw, right? Like what was the last fucking thing that she did, right? And I feel like he's like she's talked too much. I think she's talked too much. And the fucking Amazon packages kept coming to the house, like all the Amazon packages. Like how much can you fucking buy at Amazon? And how many candle parties can you go to? Fucking the candles in the house. Too many candles, the scented candles, it's too much. I feel like that's the thing, dude. So I told that joke, I'm gonna retire that joke, I'm gonna tell you why, because I love it too much and it resonates with too many people. So, I'm retiring, again, so locked in, right here. So I told that joke in Hagerstown, Maryland, 2 weeks ago at a comedy show, and I told that joke, and this guy, and he looked kind of like he might have been at the Capitol on January 6th, I'm not sure. He looks super, I can't verify, I thought I saw him on the television, and he says, he says, I thought about killing her a couple times. What? First of all, he says it in the middle of my set, like you would say it, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, fucking one. Okay, first of all, sir, are you hiding a gun in the beard? I need to know, like, what's in that beard? Because I feel like that's loaded. You're packing heat. And second of all, like, I'm a comedian. I'm just up here telling jokes. Like, you're not at all kidding. Like, he was like super serious. I thought, like, it was a group, like we were in a support group for something. Like, I felt like he thought we were in a support group. I was like, and then also, like, that's your inside voice, right? Like, we're not saying that, you don't say that out, you keep that in. Like, we all have thoughts, like, that's your inside. It's your inside voice, I think. But it got weird because I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, stand-up comedian, like, public service announcement. You know what? Killing your wife is bad. Like, I felt the need to be, like, draw a line and be like, this is comedy, this is real life. Like, you don't want to kill your wife. And then I looked at his wife, and I was like, you should for sure check his, like, internet search history. I think that's something you should do. Also, to the wife, I said, don't lie on your driver's license. I feel like you need to have all your accurate information for, like, identification purposes. I feel like that's really important. I don't know. So I felt like I was like, public service announcement, but like also it just, like that's the holiday we should be, that's the holiday we should be celebrating. Like I haven't killed my spouse yet. Right? Like that's the jingle, people, is what I'm saying. That's the jingle. Every kiss begins with, I haven't killed my spouse yet. Like, it's there, right? I'm working on this. I don't have tone down, so I don't have the keys or the pitches, but I think the syllables are there. I counted them out. All right, I got dark there. I'm not gonna lie, that's my fault. I got real dark. I got real dark. That's my fault. I have 2 minutes. I'm gonna pull him back. I'm gonna pull him back in. I feel like I need to win you over. I got really dark there for a second, talking about all this work. Okay. eggs. Eggs. Okay. Of course I stopped and got eggs for my wife. I'm not a monster. I love my wife, and I'm not stupid. The wife gets what she wants. So of course I stopped and got it. Why I didn't want to stop and get eggs is because I was pulling a camper. Now, if you know anything about pulling, oh yeah, right? It's a good thing we didn't murder her, because there's a reason, right? You're like, kill her! No. So I didn't want to pull in, like to stop, because if you know about pulling a camper, you need a plan. You need to be able to get in, you need to be able to get out. And that's the extent of the plan. It's not, you just need to get in and be able to get out. So she said, I want to get eggs. I see full parking lot, very small. It's like we're at like Sparkle Market, right? But it's smaller. Like actually 7-Eleven is a better analogy. There's not a lot, it's packed, there's a lot of cars, there's not a lot of room. So I'm like, I can't navigate this parking lot situation, right? But the wife gets what she wants. So I was like, you know what, fine, we'll stop and get eggs. I pull in, I block traffic, I piss at least 3 people off, I get honked at, it's fine, honey, it's fine. I just pull up right front door service, I'm just blocking the shit out of all of it. I don't, whatever you need, honey. So she gets out, she's like, I'm gonna go get eggs. I said, you know what, you do you, boo. You do you. It's fine. I'm gonna be blocking that whole road. You see that whole road? I'm just gonna be waiting in front of all those cars, okay? But I want you to take your time, please. Take your time. I want you to take your time. I want you to find the best dozen fucking perfect eggs you can find. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna do it. And I pull around, and I did. I blocked the whole road. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna die here. Like it's one of those moments, that's what I'm trying to say. It's one of those moments in your life where you're like, this is just my life now. Like, I'm that person. Like, I'm just gonna wait here until she's ready to come out of the store. Like, this is, she gets what she wants, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, if there's gonna come a time, I know a guy's gonna be pissed, I'm blocking him in, he's gotta go, he's gonna be angry. I need a plan. So I'm like, okay, I got it, I'm ready. I'm ready for when the guy is pissed, because for sure I'm gonna cut someone off or I'm gonna be blocking him in. And I'm waiting for the guy, he's gonna come up, and I got a plan, because I'm gonna disarm him with the whole, the wife wanted eggs. What are you gonna do? And it's gonna resonate with him, because he's a guy, and he's gonna be like, oh, I get that, it makes sense, but you're a woman, I can't compute how you have a wife, so he's gonna be confused. But it's okay, so I'm gonna disarm him with the wife wanted eggs. What are you gonna do? And then I'm gonna win him over with women, am I right? Yeah. And then I'm gonna finish him, and then I'm gonna finish it with we're gonna be here a bit. Do you need to use my pee bucket? Right?